Imagine living every day feeling like you're walking on a tightrope, trying desperately not to fall into the chaos below. That's what it can feel like dealing with someone who never seems to understand or acknowledge your perspective. It's exhausting, isn't it? But what if I told you that the ancient philosophy of Stoicism holds secrets that could transform the way you interact with these challenging personalities, helping you to maintain your balance and keep your peace? Today, we're diving deep into how to communicate effectively with a narcissistic individual without losing yourself in the process. Stay with me as we explore powerful strategies that could save you not just time and emotional energy, but might also redefine the boundaries of your relationships for the better. Let's unravel these techniques together, drawing from timeless wisdom that teaches us how to respond with both clarity and resilience. If you appreciate the insights and strategies we're unpacking here, a simple free favor I'll ask from you is to hit that subscribe button and don't skip any part of this video. Because if you're here watching this, you're not like everyone else. You're an exception seeking to master not just the situation but yourself as well. It can be incredibly tempting to label someone as a narcissist when you see behaviors that match the criteria. Perhaps they seem overly self-centered or lack empathy. You might think that pointing this out will serve as a wake-up call, sparking a realization or a desire to change. However, let's draw upon the wisdom of the Stoics here. Marcus Aurelius once remarked, "It is not events that disturb people, it is their judgments concerning them." This is a vital reminder that our labels and judgments, such as calling someone a narcissist, often shape our experiences more than the behaviors themselves. When you label someone, it does not facilitate their self-awareness or adjust their behavior, rather, it's likely to elicit defense and aggression. Psychology supports this view. Carl Jung famously stated, "Everything that irritates us about others can lead us to an understanding of ourselves." This suggests that our reactions, including our desire to label, say more about our own triggers and boundaries than about helping the other person. Labeling someone as a narcissist can lead to a shutdown of dialogue. The person may retaliate or withdraw completely, which is counterproductive if your goal is to improve the relationship or foster understanding. Instead, a Stoic would advise us to focus on what is within our control, our own actions and reactions. Epictetus taught that men are disturbed not by things but by the principles and notions which they form concerning things. When you avoid labeling and instead focus on managing the situation with wisdom and detachment, you create space for more constructive interactions. Moreover, approaching interactions with a mindset of detachment doesn't mean you are indifferent. It means you are practicing resilience and protecting your inner peace. As Seneca pointed out, the mind that is anxious about future events is miserable. By not fixating on changing the other person's traits but rather focusing on how you can interact with them effectively, you maintain your serenity and efficacy. In practice, this means engaging in conversations that focus on specific behaviors and their impacts, rather than on character flaws. Discuss how certain actions make you feel rather than accusing or labeling. Aristotle believed in the golden mean, finding the virtuous balance between extremes. In this case, it means balancing honest communication with emotional restraint. This approach encourages dialogue and potential growth without the barriers that labels can create. In summary, remember that wisdom lies in choosing your words carefully and focusing on actions that build understanding rather than divisions. This approach not only aligns with Stoic philosophy but also with the best practices advised by modern psychology. It promotes healthier relationships and personal peace, adhering to the timeless advice of focusing on what we can control and letting go of the rest. When we discuss handling interpersonal conflicts, especially with someone who may be distorting reality to manipulate the situation, it's crucial to understand the dynamics at play. Accusing someone of gaslighting, especially if they have narcissistic tendencies, usually won't prompt them to acknowledge their behavior or change their ways. They may not even recognize what they are doing as wrong, which aligns with the Stoic teaching that we cannot control others' perceptions or actions, only our responses to them. Epictetus wisely noted, "We have 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we can listen twice as much as we speak." In situations where you feel gaslighted, this advice becomes particularly relevant. Instead of confronting the behavior with accusations, which might escalate the situation, it's more productive to listen and observe carefully. This allows you to maintain your grasp on reality without directly challenging the other person's perception, which they are likely to defend aggressively. Moreover, Marcus Aurelius taught that you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. When you feel tempted to call out someone for gaslighting, remember these words: your strength lies in your ability to hold on to your reality and perspective, not in convincing someone else of their manipulative tactics. Accusing them often leads to further manipulation or conflict, as the accused person becomes defensive or even more manipulative. Instead, focusing on maintaining your own mental clarity and emotional poise is crucial. Furthermore, from a psychological viewpoint, Carl Jung offers insight into why confronting gaslighters directly is often unproductive. Knowing your own darkness is the best method for dealing with the darknesses of other people. This suggests that understanding your reactions and emotional triggers can be more beneficial than trying to change or confront the manipulative behaviors of others. When you focus on your internal awareness and resilience, you're better equipped to handle challenging interactions without losing your equilibrium. Socrates' approach to relentless questioning aimed at exposing contradictions in the thoughts of his interlocutors can also be adapted here. Rather than direct accusations, asking clear, calm questions about the discrepancies you notice can be a subtle way to bring attention to the reality of the situation without direct confrontation. This method keeps the dialogue open and can sometimes lead the other person to see the inconsistencies in their statements themselves. While it's natural to want to confront and stop gaslighting behavior directly, the Stoic approach of focusing on self-control and maintaining personal integrity offers a more effective strategy. By preserving your perspective and avoiding fruitless debates, you safeguard your mental health and maintain the upper hand in navigating these complex dynamics. Remember, your power lies in how you react, not in changing the behavior of others. After countless interactions where patterns seem set in stone, you might reach a point where you believe that change is impossible for the person you're dealing with. The temptation to say, "You'll never change," can be overwhelming. You might think that by challenging them with the idea that they are incapable of change, you might spark some sort of transformation. But let's explore why, through a Stoic lens, voicing this belief might not be the most effective approach. Stoicism teaches us the value of focusing on our own actions and reactions, emphasizing the importance of self-control and the acceptance of others as they are, not as we wish them to be. When you tell someone that they can never change, you're not only closing the door on their potential for growth, but you're also anchoring your expectations to a static perception of their character. This can create a self-fulfilling prophecy where both parties behave as if change is indeed impossible, which stifles any potential for positive development. Moreover, claiming someone will never change can lead to a defensive or hostile reaction. This could solidify their current behavior even more, as they might feel rejected or misunderstood, rather than motivated to reflect or reconsider their actions. From a Stoic point of view, it's more beneficial to maintain a position of emotional detachment when dealing with difficult behaviors. This doesn't mean you give up hope or stop encouraging positive change, but rather that you do so without attachment to the outcome. You can support and inspire change through positive reinforcement and by setting a good example, rather than through criticism or negative predictions. Additionally, the Stoic concept of impermanence reminds us that all things can change, and often do, though not always on the schedule we might prefer or in ways that are immediately obvious. By keeping an open mind to the possibility of change, you align more closely with this principle, preserving your inner peace by managing your expectations realistically. In practical terms, if you feel compelled to address issues in the behavior of someone you believe is resistant to change, focus on specific actions or situations rather than their overall character. Discuss behaviors and their impacts calmly and factually, and express your feelings and needs without implying that their character is flawed beyond repair. This approach is not only more likely to foster a constructive dialogue but also keeps you grounded in Stoic virtues of wisdom, justice, courage, and moderation. Refraining from telling someone they can never change is not about naively hoping for transformation against all odds. It's about cultivating a realistic, balanced view that allows for personal growth and adaptation, both in yourself and in others, without becoming emotionally entangled in the outcome. This way, you remain free to respond to each new situation with clarity and effectiveness, embodying the Stoic ideal of living in agreement with nature, which includes our own nature and that of those around us. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope these insights help you navigate your relationships with more peace and understanding, embracing the Stoic virtues of wisdom and emotional resilience. Remember, the strength lies within you, and every interaction is an opportunity to practice your principles. Thank you for being a part of the Zen Wisdom Wave community. Together, we learn, we grow, and we find our path to inner peace. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video.